Good morning. As we stood at the beginning of last year and looked into the future and started building our 5-year plan up to 2023, we were growing at a low 8%. Our like-to-like store growth was almost flat. And the Titan Eye Plus brand was seen as a niche premium brand at best. So we laid out this vision for ourselves of 10 million customers. If we are to achieve 10 million customers a year, and we were sitting at 2.4 million customers a year, and we said if we were to achieve this 10 million customers a year, what is it that we would need to do? If we were to take market leadership, and when I say market leadership, I mean market leadership in people's minds, that whenever they think of eyewear, they think of Titan Eye Plus. And also become the best solution provider for vision care. So the previous year was the first year of actually rolling out this vision for 2023. And what did we achieve? In the previous year, the first thing we did was on this journey towards 10 million customers, our number of customers grew from 2.4 million to 3.5 million, a growth of 45%, over 45%. Our value growth was in excess of 25%. Our like-to-like store growth jumped to 12%. And in terms of brand awareness, our brand awareness scores were at an all-time high. So what really worked for us? As I said, our division buyer growth grew up by 46%. But apart from all the financial figures, what we were really proud of is our customer experience. We really, people always said that, okay, so Titan Eye Plus has good quality, good delivery. What is really your differentiator? And what has really emerged as our differentiator is customer experience. And you can see our net promoter scores have jumped from 40 to 62. Our internal NPS scores jumped. We won awards, international awards for our customer experience. So that has really become a key differentiator for Titan Eye Plus. The other thing is that we leapfrogged ourselves. We realized that online was the way of the future. But we used online very differently. We used online to actually drive people to our stores. And we played out the omni play in a really different way where people were driven to our stores, and that gave us a huge jump in our sales. We started frame distribution last year and took off and got entry into 1,500 outlets straight away, a turnover of 50 crores. We started frame manufacturing. We've set up an integrated factory for lenses and frames now, and we have a beautiful factory just outside Bangalore that has a capacity to manufacture 1 lakh frames a year. And in the first year, last year, we manufactured 1.6 lakh frames. The sunglass business, which had actually stagnated, especially after GST, we grew. The sunglass business took off and grew by 20%. Our brand metrics, I told you, have reached an all-time high. And our optometric training, which really brings in expertise to our store, has performed excellently. So our journey so far, we've been in this business for 11 years now. We started in 2007. We have a footprint of 550 retail stores, 3,700 sunglass dealers, 1,500 plus frame dealers, and 5 online platforms on which we operate. Our total retail area is 3.8 lakh square feet. Our customers at the end of the year, again, I reiterate, these are customers per year, not our total number of customers that we've accumulated, is at 3.5 million customers, up from 2.4 million last year. And our value chain consists of 1 integrated plant which manufactures frames, lenses, and has a warehouse, plus 6 satellite lens labs across the country. There are many opportunities before us, and we may or may not pursue all these opportunities, but exports is a large opportunity. Lens distribution is something that we would look at as we go ahead into the future. Catchment level domination is something that I will talk about because it starts this year as part of our this year's plan. Introducing premium brands into our stores. An aggregator model, which is much like the Uber and Ola's model that we have, where we integrate more dealers, multi-brand outlets into our system, and of course licensing of international brands. These are opportunities that sit. Some we will start pursuing this year, some we will do as we move ahead. Integrity was the theme for this presentation, and I don't think anyone exemplifies integrity more than the eyewear division, because this is something that is quasi-medical, and we thought integrity over here is something that is very, very important. And as early as 2007, when we started off our journey in the eyewear business, the eyewear industry itself was a little opaque. It was not very transparent. And we brought in the whole browse and feel format where people could pick up their frames, see the prices, see the lens prices, and take a very informed decision before buying. And we were the pioneers in this. And today, all eyewear people have felt the need to do this. And this actually started a trend in the eyewear industry. So standard and transparent pricing for both frames and lenses. Correct selling is something that actually goes against all retail norms. People try and upsell in every category. In every store you go to, people try and upsell. And we actually reversed that trend and said, don't try to sell. We told our stores that do not try to sell to customers something that they do not need, something that is expensive, something that is beyond their budget. You have to give them exactly what they need and what they want, especially in a category like this, especially in lenses. If a person can make do with a 2,000 rupee lens, why sell him a 20,000 rupee lens? And therefore made it very, very transparent. And actually our stores are pulled up if we find any place where they have tried to upsell to a customer. We've actually gone ahead, therefore, and replaced value targets with volume targets for each of our stores so that they don't try to upsell. In fact, we've gone so far as to even create a selling app for lenses, because understanding of lenses for customers is difficult. And we've created a lens app where when the store actually sells a lens to a customer, he actually has to go through the whole menu before he can go to the next screen and tell him that, look, this is for you, for your lifestyle, for your power. This is the lens that is suitable for you, and it's at this price. If you want any further additions or customization, then he goes to the next frame and so on. So integrity in this business is something that we are absolutely anal about. So coming to the key initiatives for 1920 on this journey towards 10 million, our first thing is to really be very aggressive in each catchment. And I said we would dominate every catchment that we enter. So we've identified 50 catchments this year where we will either dominate that catchment by opening one very large store or having multiple stores in that catchment, but in that particular catchment, be the market leader. So if you take a Bombay South, for example, and say in Bombay South, we want to be the market leaders there, we would see what it takes to be the market leaders, whether it's opening multiple stores or one large store or a hub and spoke model, what it would take to be a market leader. And that we would spread across the country. Driving same-store growth, we've realized that same-store growth is crucial to the business, and therefore we will enhance our price-value equation where we had actually brought down our prices, lowered prices, introduced many more affordable products, both in frames and lenses. So driving same-store growth. But we also have a lot of premium stores. We have about 50 premium stores which contribute to a large part of our business. And somewhere last year we had lost focus in this whole drive towards volume and towards acquiring more customers. We had lost focus on our premium stores, so bringing back that focus onto our premium stores. So balancing the whole price-value equation between our premium stores and the non-premium stores, therefore catering to both segments. Frame distribution has done very well for us. Besides getting us volumes and more customers, what frame distribution also does for us is gets us a lot of awareness of the brand of Titan Eyewear, and extensive hoardings and boards, dealer boards and so on that say Titan Eyewear will bring up the awareness significantly that Titan is in the eyewear business. Merchandising, that has been, it's a very important part of this business. Right from the premium customer to the mid-end customer, we actually service every segment in this category, right from an 80-year-old to a 5-year-old, literally, and therefore merchandising becomes so very important, and merchandising therefore will get special focus. One of the things that will become more and more important as we go into frame distribution is building 3 brands. We have 3 different brands. We have a retail brand, which is Titan Eye Plus. We have Titan Eyewear, which is both frames and sunglasses, which we distribute. And then we have Fast Track Eyewear, which is again frames and sunglasses, which we distribute. So building awareness of these 3 brands, so we will continue to invest heavily in marketing to build these 3 brands, and therefore overall build awareness of Titan Eyewear in the whole Titan portfolio. We will ramp up our frame manufacturing, taking last year, as you remember, we manufactured 160,000 frames. We would be this year manufacturing almost 500,000 frames. And as I said earlier, driving customer experience as our key differentiator. This is a platform on which we are really building, and that is going to be our real differentiator. Therefore, we will continue with our growth. We are targeting a value growth of 20%. For the first time, our MRP turnover will be at 1,000 crores. The eyewear division will be a rather large division now in the overall scheme of things. A volume growth of 26%, targeting for almost 500,000 customers on our journey towards 10 million customers. Thank you very much. That's my last slide.